all kinds of things trending. Super Bowl with his new team, the Tampa Bay Bucks, over the Kansas City Chiefs in a blowout. Other highlights of Sunday's big game included the halftime performance from The Weeknd and, of course, those funny Super Bowl commercials. So there you go. Lot to unpack. We have some fan comments, but we'll get to those in a minute.
I'm actually stalling a little bit because I was fixing your graphic. There we go. I fixed it right at the nick of time. I was almost a few seconds late, but I had to make sure to fix it. But did you caught the Super Bowl, right? I did
catch the Super Bowl. I usually watch. I'm not a big football girl, but I do usually catch the Super Bowl at least because I feel like you miss out so much on the. Really, it's the commercials and the halftime show and like any weird like meme-worthy stuff that happens. That's sort of more what I'm there for than the football and just like an excuse to eat
playoffs
like and drink beer just like for a full after.
It's a holiday. It's a holiday. Yeah, but we were tweeting each other. It was funny because me and you tweeting. We were going back and forth on the phone talking about our favorite part of the game. We were texting about all the commercials. And everything.
Oh, I could not have cared. It was such a boring game. I don't know much about football, but that game was like, all right.
You're like, I don't know much about this, but I know what I don't like. And I don't like this.
And honestly, it was like, all right, the Chiefs won last year.
Right. We was going to see if they were going to.
It's not really that exciting if they win. I don't like Tom Brady, and it's not really exciting if he wins. Like, they really managed to make it like, I have no, because normally I can at least kind of go like, okay, I'm going to root for the underdog, or I'm going to root, this team has this player with this great story. And I feel like they managed to really make me not.
Tom Brady had the best story. I mean, maybe I'm the biggest fan of Tom Brady, or maybe I hate his guts, or maybe he's earned my respect over the years. But throughout, in comparing him to Kansas City and everything, I'm sorry, he had the better story. I wanted him to win just to see if he could, at his age, get that 7th ring. I'm like, I don't care if he never wins it ever again, but if after getting that 7th victory, I don't think anybody will ever touch him. I think that record's it's either gonna stand for a long time, or it'll never be touched. I mean, I just can't see it. I don't think anybody's gonna hit that record.
It's impressive.
It's impressive.
I don't love the guy, but it's impressive.
We're not going to debate about Deflategate and anything like that, but if you know what that is. But the main thing that was also being discussed while we were texting back and forth on it was we were kind of tricked in the beginning of it. We thought that this was a super spreader nightmare that was happening right at the beginning of the game. Like, look at all those people that's about to get sick. Nobody's moving. They're just sitting there catching COVID.
I was like, there's so many people. And
I said, zoom in.
Dolls. You got tricked by dolls. I was like, okay, I'm an idiot. We knew that.
Yeah, the Buccaneers.
I was also like 3 beers deep at that point. Like, why are there so many people?
You know, it is Florida. I mean, they literally exactly. But you know, it's Florida, so you know the governor ordered blow up dolls for the game. So that's they were legit blow up dolls.
Hey,
I could do what? You said you could pay for what? Oh, are we losing you? Or am I losing? Was that you or me?
It was me.
Oh, okay. Well, you said something about you can pay to have your picture on the out there on a cardboard cutout, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. Go ahead and take the reins for a minute. I'm going to figure out my internet thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So so let me tell you exactly what we were talking about, guys. Amy was all like, what the hell are all those people doing out there? And I was like pause the video and look closer. And she's all like, oh my God, is that a blow up doll? That's a legit blow up doll. It's like from 1985. It's disgusting. And I was like, no, I don't think that's what it is. And then there was pictures of like celebrities, things like that. I think you saw Bernie Sanders with mittens out there, sitting out there.
Yeah. So what I was saying, I'm sure people, because you could pay, I think it was a couple $100 to get your like picture. So I'm guessing someone like paid to do Bernie or whatever, but
yeah. They've been doing that in wrestling too.
I don't know what the money, they never established what the money went to, but
to the blow up doll industry. I'm telling you, those pictures
cutouts, Chris.
why can't I have this? So while I was having fun with that joke the whole time, we were also enjoying the Super Bowl commercials. I tried to stay away from as
Enjoying's
many.
generous. They were fine. They were weak this year.
I feel like this year they showed us the best ones online before the game, and then you saw them
That
again.
bothered me so much.
Yeah.
Every time I went on Twitter, I was like, wait, this is like half of why I watch the Super Bowl. I don't want to see the commercials, a week in advance.
Right.
But honestly, I didn't think there was, we'll get to that. I
Yeah.
didn't think there was much to write home about commercial wise.
I know Joe Ryan was upset that his favorite commercial didn't really make it through the bracket. I just honestly, Joe, let me tell you what happened. I didn't want to put up a whole bunch of options out in there and just because the show would have ran too long. So I honestly just took notes of the ones that, cause I didn't catch them before the show. I caught them during the show, and I just took notes of the ones that I just happened to catch because I was ripping and running back and forth. And after the fact, I realized I missed so many trailers, so many TV spots. I missed so many commercials, and I caught it after the fact. So if you want to be mad at somebody, blame me or blame Amy. She was the one that was really distracting me with. Is there a blow up doll in the third row? I couldn't concentrate.
I was relieved. I thought, and I think we'll get to this in a second. Sort of the debates about the appropriateness of having this event at all this year aside, and again, I think we'll get more to that in a second. I appreciated that the commercials didn't go too hard on I was ready for commercial after commercial after commercial.
Wear your mask by Bud Light.
It's been a tough year, but with Ford tough.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't want to hear God love him, the Bruce Springsteen, we finding unity. It's like, let's read the room a little, Bruce.
Our country's been through a lot. And when you go through a lot, you want to take a Bud Light, just like mix a message.
I didn't think many of them were screamingly funny or really that memorable, but I was worried because I'd seen an article of commercials shouldn't try to be funny this year. It's too bleak a year. And I'm like, oh,
that's when they definitely should be funny. It's like if the world's already, in hell in the handbasket, why would you want to throw gasoline on that fire? I mean, that dumpster fire, no, let's throw a little love, sprinkle a little love on it. That's what I do.
I will say, we got a comment from Tetra Sphere, wrote into the show asking us the following, said the super butt and sports in general are super spreader events. No one seems to care or even think about it. A bunch of sweaty ass dudes spitting and touching and rubbing up against each other. That's why I love it. Tackling each other, spitting in each other's mouths. I don't know if we're watching the same game.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the one you're watching where everyone's spitting in each other's mouth?
That's what confused me the whole time. I was like, dude, what game are you watching, man?
But he goes on to say, we're closing down small businesses, but yet we allow for sports to remain open. Are we stupid? LOL. I can't open my business, but yet a pointless fucking game, which means absolutely nothing, is still in play.
So a hardcore football fan is what we're talking about, right? This sounds like you don't really like sports anyway. That's what
I will say. I know a lot of them were.
What was his name again?
Tetra Sphere.
Tetra Sphere. Yeah, Tetris doesn't sound like he plays football or likes football.
Well, but I do understand where they're coming from, because I will say there was a definite. I thought I cried when Amanda Gorman did her poem, because she's amazing, and I love that we have a poet that is now a national rock star. I think that's so cool. But I don't know. I will say there's also an element of doing that, having her give that, recite that poem, having that moment of talk, here's to our frontline workers, here's a nurse, here's an educator here, and then cutting to the stands, and it's people are there with their noses hanging out of their masks, and it did feel a little tone deaf. It did feel a little I get it's a big industry, I get people really wanted this year.
Yeah.
Do we have to? I don't know. I think it's a nuanced issue, and I can understand. It was also outdoors. A lot of the people there were vaccinated. It's really cool that they got healthcare workers in to see. I think a third of the the crowd were vaccinated healthcare workers, which is a lovely sentiment.
Right.
I think it's a really gray area issue, and I can understand people on either side of this going, this was totally inappropriate, or they did it as best they could.
I think either answer on one side or the other is going to be correct. I mean, because on one side they're going to say, you know, with things being so bleak, we need a little entertainment. We need to be able to get that comedy show or hopefully that movie theater things to boost morale. But at the same time, we need to be safe. Both is correct.
Yeah. I think the game could have happened without a crowd. I know it's not quite the same, but they made it work.
In Florida? Oh no, they probably. I'm surprised that there was that many blow up dolls in the seat. they wanted to like shoulder to shoulder lick your ticket and give it to the. they wanted that. I'm telling you, what is that guy saying?
Now for the halftime show, we're all just gonna kiss for a while.
Yeah, everybody spit towards the 50-yard line and show the team how much you love them.
The Tampa Bay Bucks cheer where you just lick your hand and then hold it out and the person next to you licks it.
Give that high five. Yeah, that's spit. We gotta probably move on from this joke. We're probably gonna get flagged by YouTube. Are you guys telling people to spit on it? Okay, sorry.
Or they'll promote us.
Yeah, because people's kinks. I mean, I'm not going to start an OnlyFans anytime soon, but hey, I see the potential. But guys, let us know what you guys think about the Super Bowl, about all the commercials. We're going to go later on We Got Your Mail. We got your vote. We're going to talk about more of the top commercials that we saw.
I have thoughts
about the. I have big
thoughts about that M. Night Shyamalan movie and how it was the funniest commercial.
We know we're gonna share. So everybody, let us know what you guys think about the whole M. Night Shyamalan thing, and we'll talk about it. We got your mail.
Exactly.
My answer might surprise you. What's the next topic we have?